Hi, this is Chang Sun. I'd be happy to give you a brief self-intro within this video. My interest to English firstly began since I stepped into Northern East Yutai Foreign Language School, which is famous for its language courses like English and Japanese. Engaging into various curricular activities like debating club and dramas, English becomes so charming to me. Finishing these 3.5 years studying here, I determined to give myself more challenges, so I chose to study overseas, in Australia, where I encountered the most significant subject to me, English as an additional language, and absorbed a much more comprehensive definition of English. Other than the daily communicating use, the far more professional education system I received in EAL classes offered me an insight in multiple regions of learning English that deserves me to explore. The language analysis builds up my critical thinking, improving my ability to quickly identify the writer's contentions and persuasive techniques, therefore apply them in my own writing. The creative novel writing gives me a chance to look into Australia's local culture and society, like knowing some colloquial languages, slangs according to Australians. This greatly lessened the cultural barrier I've met when I talk to my local friends. The text comparison between an ancient Greek literature and a local Australia play occurring in post-feminist society suggests me a permanently existing issue, the unbalanced gender status setting in any kinds of social backdrops. Ultimately, through the sophisticated and adept written language that demonstrate my critical thoughts and profound interpretation of text, I'm graded as the top 1 student among my cohort in reading and comparing essay writing and gained a highly ranked score 45 out of 50 and overall ATA 99.15 in my final VCE exams. Furthermore, as a Chinese student studying in Australia, I can strongly feel the conflict that my EAL peers and myself as well have encountered between the speaking mode, logic, and our native language. I found the solution to overcome this is to shape myself into a bilingual completely who can simultaneously master and transition from their languages, including their respective logics. Though it sounds simple, it's hard to practice well shortly. Insisting on reading some current big issues like from journals like China Daily, Herald Sun in both Chinese and English editions is very efficient for me to identify the differences in expressing the same meaning. I'm not a typical arts girl. I'm particularly into math as well. I chose 3 math subjects to discover the interplay of different math subjects and which one is my favorite. I enjoy the feeling of solving a puzzle and sharing them with my peers. Multiple ways of expression in English I've learned from reading the bilingual editions facilitates me a lot in explaining math questions to my local friends in the peer mentoring programs. Techniques mastered from language analysis expanded my capacity to convey my idea more logically and persuasively in the social justice forum. Finally, in the place where I study in Australia, Melbourne, I've witnessed a lady, Liao Chan-e, who comes from Hong Kong, becomes the first Chinese lady being nominated as Councillor of Australia's Liberal Party. Her persistence towards challenge when she studied overseas alone firms the positive vision I've possessed to my future. Her love and care as a language barrier communicator touches me to become a teacher, sharing my knowledge, experience, and happiness to students. Her passion in struggling for the welfare of weaker groups still stimulates my enthusiasm in continuing English study and contributing myself to its generalizations. Therefore, I sincerely wish to be offered a chance to study this subject, which is highly suitable for me, especially in the University of Hong Kong, where the most advanced education I can receive over the world. Thank you for listening, and I hope this video can be helpful for your considerations.